Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q2FY22 earnings conference call of Onmobile Global Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Asha Gupta from Christensen Advisory. Thank you, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Steve. Good morning, good evening to all participants on the call, depending on the geography you are in. Welcome to the Q2FY22 earnings call of Onmobile Global Limited. Representing the management today, we have FC, Executive Chairman, Sanjay Pavitra, Managing Director and Global CEO, Chris Seshadri, Chief Executive Officer of Onmo, Vishwajit Nandi, Senior VP Global Sales, and Radhika Venugopal, VP Finance. The call will start with an update about the overall performance during the quarter and financial. Sanjay, Chris will give you a brief update on Onmo, which will be then followed by FC, speaking on the overall business activity and sharing his thoughts on the future plans. We will then open the floor for Q&A session. I would like to mention that some of the statements made in today's call may be forward-looking in nature and may involve risks and uncertainties that we see. For a list of such considerations, please refer to the earnings presentation. Onmobile Global undertakes no obligation to publicly revise any forward-looking statement to reflect future or likely events or circumstances. Having said that, now hand over the floor. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Asha. Good day to everyone. I'm glad to be with you once again and hope all of you are doing well, staying safe and healthy. Before I get into the business and financial updates, I'd like to thank all of you, our customers and our team members, for their continued trust in us. I hope all of you had already seen the investor deck that has been mailed to you as well and hosted at our website and exchanges. If any one of you is not on our mailing list, please feel free to mail us or connect with our investor relations team and we will add you to the distribution list. In line with our long-term growth strategy to become a pioneer in social esports, the board of directors recently announced a new leadership structure to further strengthen our focus towards 3 business functions: D2C gaming and B2B products and solutions. I have taken over as Managing Director and Global CEO of Onmobile Global, and to ensure focus on strategic growth of our gaming business, Chris Seshadri has been redesignated as Chief Executive Officer of Onmo, with a dedicated emphasis on D2C, mobile gaming and social esports. The other key changes is that Mr. Vishwajit Nandi will oversee all global sales as Senior Vice President of Onmobile Global. I really want to start by talking about our revenue and products, which hitherto has been the bane of our results. From a gaming business perspective, during the quarter, we signed 9 new customers in this quarter for Challenges Arena, taking the cumulative sign-ups to 15 out of this 6 customers are already live. While we saw doubling of our Challenges Arena revenue quarter on quarter, the multiplier effect has started in the ongoing quarter and will exemplify as more and more customers go live. The cumulative gross paying subscribers at the end of quarter stood at 1.2 million. We expect to sign up and be live with many more customers. We are looking forward to see substantially increased revenue from Challenges Arena over the coming quarters as we are witnessing good traction here. We are noticing exponential increase in monthly active users for this segment. Also, I'm really glad to inform you all that we have completed our first co-branded launch of Onmo B2B with a 5G operator outside of India and a few days ago, and we also signed 3 additional customers in this quarter. We are also excited to announce that we launched real money cash battles with beta testers for Onmo games in India, and the commercial launch is planned during this fiscal. We have added 22 new games and more new features in Onmo. Chris, of course, will talk more about it in a little while. From a product perspective, games which contribute about 10% of our revenue grew by 4.1% quarter-on-quarter, aided by new customer additions in Asia region. Tones contributed 39.4% to revenue, and we added 2 new customers here also. Under the Tone segment, we signed a new deal with one major operator in Thailand. Videos contribute about 46.4% to our revenue, and I'm happy to inform you all that during the quarter we launched D2C video deal in France. I want to reiterate that it is our expectation that from Q3 and more prolifically from Q4 onwards, we should start seeing good growth in revenue due to both the new products, Challenges Arena and Onmobile, to be becoming live with various telco customers. As we had indicated earlier, we expect to sign up to more than 20 customers within the current fiscal for the Challenges Arena, with a lot of them going live within this year itself. We are looking at signing a number of new customers for Onmobile within the current fiscal. We intend to start sharing more data with you in the coming quarters on the revenue from new products. One more significant development that I wish to let you know, as these 2 new products are actually opening up new doors for us. A high percentage of the customers that we are signing up now are new labels, and we believe that we will be able to upsell our existing products to these new relationships, which in turn will help us stabilize and may actually give a uptick for the legacy products revenue. In terms of financial update, our Q2FY22 revenue was stable on a quarter basis at INR 136.7 crores. As cited in earlier calls as well, the year-on-year growth reduction came from Europe and MEA region. Europe and MEA region that declined due to some operator policies. We have now sorted the issues and things are improving further as we go along. In Europe, after 9 months of continuous degrowth in subscriber base, we finally see the stability in Q2 and the base hit 9 months high during Q2. In line with our strategy to shut down any business entity that does not measure up to our stated goals of revenue and profitability, we are continuing to focus on unprofitable Latin American businesses, and we are in the process of exiting from these countries. As mentioned earlier also in the calls, I would like to reiterate that we have completed this process substantially last fiscal, and the full closure of entities is expected in the current fiscal of 2022. If you see revenue by geography breakup, given in presentation, marginal revenue of 1.3 now comes from Americas, while almost 58% now comes from Europe. On the cost front, as part of our rationalization effort, we saw a reduction of our manpower cost, which also resulted in a one-time severance cost of INR 3 crores this quarter. This is going to have a lasting effect on our future manpower cost, which did, as a consequence, increase by 8.6% on a quarter-on-quarter basis for this quarter, but has decreased 11.5% year-on-year. If, however, we exclude this one-time cost, our manpower cost decreased by 0.4% quarter-on-quarter and 18.9% year-on-year. This is despite the increment that we gave the staff effective 1st of July. Our stated target for manpower cost is 20% of revenue. We are currently at 23%. It will be our endeavor to reach this number in the coming fiscal. We have increased our focus to acquire skilled talent for our gaming business, along with the right sizing our legacy business requirement. Our marketing costs remain stable at around 8 crores. Other OpEx increased by 35.2% quarter-on-quarter, mainly due to one-time cost of INR 2.8 crores. EBITDA for the quarter is at INR 9 crores, a decrease of about 38%, and the margin at 6.9%. The drop in EBITDA is due to one-time costs as mentioned above. If we exclude those one-time costs, our EBITDA would be INR 14.8 crores for the quarter, and the margin at 11.4%, witnessing a growth of 2.2% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Operating profit is at 6.3 crores with a margin of 4.8% during the quarter. However, excluding one-time costs, our operating profit would be 12.1 crores with a margin of 9.3%. Our profit after tax at INR 2.7 crores. This includes a nominal forex loss of 0.9 crores, excluding one-time costs. The PAT would be at 8.3 crores. Our DSO in any case has improved to 128 days as compared to 140 days last year. The cash at books stood at 177.8 crores for the quarter as compared to 227 crores at the end of Q1 FY22. The decrease is mainly due to our investment in Chingari of 32 crores, and also during the quarter we made up upfront payment of euro 4.2 million to one of our leading operators in Europe. Please note that Robzo is also now our 100% subsidiary. Earlier it was an associate and we had invested only 25% into their equity. But during the quarter we invested the remaining 75% equity, and now it is a 100% subsidiary. We will continue to invest in our gaming products to strengthen our position in the B2C and gaming market. Also want to inform you all that on 5th of September 21, the Board of Directors declared final dividend of INR 1.5 per equity for the financial year 2021. A lot of operating metrics and data have already been shared in the presentation deck. I'm sure all of you would have had access to the same. With this now, I will hand over the call to Krish to talk about Onmobile. Thank you very much. Over to you, Krish.
Great. Thank you, Sanjay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll share the progress on Onmobile, our social esports cloud gaming product. So, there's been huge progress on our B2C product over the last few months. The first is monetization. We introduced cash battles and tournaments feature in India on November 3rd. You remember that in the last earnings call, we were working on this. So cash is now enabled for both tournaments and one-on-one battles in states where it's permissible. Others will be able to continue playing, the non-cash version of Onmobile. So for those who've played with the product, you'll notice payment integration for, multiple payment mechanisms like UPI, wallets, net banking, etc. And we also have, coin packs where if you want to play more challenges and practice tournaments and battles, we've enabled that. The second big change on the product is obviously we've upgraded our content. As Sanjay had mentioned, we've got more games onboarded on the product, and there are more unique challenges and short gaming moments on the platform. So roughly we have about 60 games right now and nearly 4,000 unique AI-driven challenges. Remember, we had said that our goal is to get to about 10,000 unique challenges, and we are the world's first challenges creation engine powered by artificial intelligence. And from the initial player feedback and focus groups that we've conducted, players just love the variety of games on our platform and the unique challenges and short form moments. And they feel that they can seamlessly move across these games and short challenges without downloading any app. And these short gaming moments, allow players to snack on gaming content. And this is a huge trend in the market. There are over 150 million Indians who now play sessions which are really short, 5 to 10 minutes, consuming bite-sized content, and they come back, several times a day. The third big development on the product, as you would notice, is a hugely improved and contemporary, UI, user interface and user experience. For those who've played with the product, you'll notice a, battles carousel that ensures closure of open battles on the platform. And this is all, targeted towards faster monetization for us as we make revenues when these battles close. You'll also see activities page where you can go and check your ongoing battles, your ongoing tournaments. So it kind of gives you a history of what you've played in the past and what you're currently playing, what you've won, and what your status on different challenges were. And if you go into our games page for any specific game, you'll also see a progression logic for challenges introduced that improves your replayability while displaying the number of challenges. For example, if you're in the cube puzzle game, you'll see 150 challenges, and if you are in the 10th or the 12th level of that challenge, it gives you a progression logic for that. So we're really confident that our Onmobile direct-to-consumer product will be a dominant social esports cloud gaming platform. Over the next 6 to 7 weeks, we'll continue optimizing the product, the user journey and engagement, and then starting Q4, we'll start, with our digital marketing push for in India for user growth. That said, we'll also continue upgrading our features and rollouts over the next 3 months. In particular, our first-time user experience, we're going to focus a lot on, the first-time deposit experience and features to induce repeat visits during the first 7 days. and many more interesting things that are in our pipeline. On Onmo B2B, there's been terrific progress on the partnership side, as Sanjay mentioned. Very strong interest from telcos globally because they also see the short game moments and the thousands of challenges and cloud streaming as truly different from any other platform. We completed the first co-branded launch with a 5G customer. We've signed up 3 more global customers. There are multiple conversations with different global customers which are at various stages of partnership discussion. So we are very confident that Onmo B2B will also see a similar growth trajectory and customer adoption like Challenges Arena, which Sanjay talked about. And the great thing about the Onmo product is, it cuts across geographies, it cuts across, age groups, countries, gender. So it's a very, very universal product offering, very, very futuristic. So that said, gaming is our future growth business, and both our gaming products are, mobile first, global in nature. The mobile gaming space is expected to, grow over $100 billion over the next 2 years, driven primarily by, mobile gamer growth, the millennial audience, cloud gaming spend, esports, and social gaming. So as you can see, all these are very, very integral to the Onmo product. And over the course of this transformation to, a gaming business, we've also been able to attract and build world-class gaming talent across all our regions, India, Sweden, and Canada. So with that, that's a recap on Onmo. I'll hand it over to FC, our Executive Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Krish. Thank you all for joining the call. Let me start by, congratulating Sanjay for stepping up as the global CEO. Sanjay, the board is really happy with all the work you've done in the company, and obviously it shows. I've worked with you, Sanjay, for multiple years. You were on the board for many times. You stepped in as CFO, now global CEO. I'm quite happy that you did, step up to this level, and we're in very good hands in you with as CEO. We did, and I'm going to talk for the whole board here because we did, during the COVID, it was very tough to do board meetings over Zoom. It's our first board meeting that we did in presence here in Dubai. We spent a very good 2-day session on all aspects of the business, and just to reiterate what the board's feeling right now is where every aspect of the business is solid. And I must say, that's a first in many years. That I've been in Onmobile, where I feel that every aspect of the business is covered and solid. And, you might not see this as investors, obviously, because you don't have all the details of the business. But, when I looked at, our traditional services as Stones, video, and the new services which are really performing now and ready. Just on the Onmo side, just to come back since Chris just finished, it took us 2 years to build this service, and it's not an easy service. It's the first social esport platform in the world. Nobody has that. We're combining 2 technologies, which is cloud streaming and AI visual analytics, to be able to do challenges and see who wins, who lose, without any code integration from the game developer part. Nobody's been doing this, and it's really, truly a challenge. It seems easy on the vision to say it on paper. It's another thing to make it work, and make it work to a point where it works, every time. Very happy, and I'm going to congratulate the whole Onmo team on this one because we launched live now with cash, as you know, November 3rd. It's been a huge effort from the team to do it, and now we're live, and now we're in a situation where we can start marketing, which, before was always, we can't because something is missing. Now nothing is missing on the Onmo side to market. And I talk about Onmo, I'm just going to take one step. The highlight of the quarter is not that much Onmo, it's Challenge Arena. The engagement metric and the conversion metric on Challenge Arena and conversion from a user point of view and from an operator point of view are terrific, honestly. We launched this product in March, April, and, with only 1 customer. Now we're live with 5. We signed 15. With verbal confirmation is up to the roof, honestly. I've never seen from a telecom point of view a product that picks up so much in 6 months. One thing that we've been having as an issue with operators for multiple years now is, the traditional VAS services were not engaging. And all you could see is, you could stack up customers paying subscribers, but nobody was using the service, and everyone's calling the call center to cancel that service, and that was a very tough business to maintain. Now what I see with Challenge Arena is totally the inverse. There's truly engagement on that service, and there's so much engagement that shows that the operator says, you know what, you showed me the metrics, I see the engagement, and I'm signing up. And the compounded effect of this, right now in the quarter, we looked at the results on and these seem very small, it's less than 1% of our revenues, but trust me, this thing is really, I'm just seeing right now, the picture which, we're looking at Q2 results, but we're actually looking Q3 right now, and the results are totally different. And the compounding effect of having, multiple launches and operator is really picking up. So I'm really, and as a board, the whole board, we're quite, happy with the team on this one in the metrics. And there's a lot that can be done on that gaming product on Challenge Arena. So we're very positive on this, very positive on Onmo. So two great service. The operators on Onmo also, clearly it's a cutting edge service. So we're mostly addressing, 4G, 5G operators that really want to be cutting edge, but a lot of them are quite interested. So almost following about 6 months behind on the sign up of operators on the B2B side. But it's right there. But what I really like, and I'm coming back on the strategy today, is that we're filling the demand, for multiple aspects that the operators need, right? And clearly, Challenge Arena is a totally completing, complementary product to Onmo, and we're right up there, with Challenge Arena and Onmo following on, and I really see the pathway, with revenues really being kicking in. The Onmo service that we sell to operators is a subscription service. It's not real money esport. It's subscription, which is the same model as Challenge Arena. So whatever you'll see in the next quarters coming along with Challenge Arena, I expect the same following on with Onmo. So we have like 2 waves of new products following on. One thing also I want to highlight, which we're very happy, is that with 50 to 60% of the customers, when I say mobile operators, are new. We have today 98, customer mobile operators. All the new that we signed, the 15 new that we signed on Challenge Arena, the majority are new customers. They're new operators that we never dealt with. Same thing with Onmo B2B. So really, really new wave also of getting new operators on board on the B2B side. So that's what I really want to share with you. I mean, I'm quite I really look at the future, and I'm really enthusiastic. And just one word additional on Onmo D2C. We're live with D2C on Onmo. Now we can start marketing it. We all know we did the investment in Shingari. Yeah, it's a great investment. By the way, you saw we reinvested at twice the value. It's growing like crazy, 35 million plus monthly active users. Well, all this as an investment, we're benefiting also as we launch Onmo D2C, and that's the key. So a big focus now that it works is to get this thing integrated right away for Q4, so we can benefit in India from the Shingari momentum. So that's really the team's task to make sure that we deliver in Q4, aside from going with marketing. So I'm going to stop it here. I'm sure you have multiple questions, so we'll go right into the Q&A.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Mithun Aswath from Kiva Advisors. Please go ahead.
Hello. My question is more on, the cash balance, I think, has come down to about 177 crores from 266 crores in the beginning of the fiscal. Just wanted to get a sense, how much have you invested in Chingari so far? And what is the current valuation of Chingari, and what stake you have in Chingari at the moment? And how many users are currently on Chingari?
Okay. As far as our investment is concerned, we initially did 32 crores, and then we followed it up recently with another 11.06 crores. We are maintaining our 10% share in Chingari. I'm not at liberty to speak about the value per se, but I will leave that for you to decipher. But I can say that from the first investment to the second one, the valuation has doubled. As far as the number of customers, etc., I request Krish to talk about.
Yes, thanks, Sanjay. So roughly about 35 million monthly active users, but that's growing pretty rapidly and should likely cross even 50 million in Q4. So that's the order of magnitude of reach that we are likely to have.
Yeah. I just wanted to understand, the fall in the cash balance by close to 90 crores. If you can just give us a breakup of where that money has gone in terms of where you have spent it. Obviously, some amount of it has gone to Chingari, but the remaining fall in the cash balance, if you could just take us through.
Yeah. Radhika, you want to take this?
Yeah. So we invested 31.8 crores in Chingari. There was also an upfront fee payment to one of our major operators in Europe. That is around 4.9 million euros. These are the major outflows in cash. Further, we invested another 11 crores recently in Chingari. On top of this, we are also investing in the R&D of the gaming product. So these are the bifurcations of the outflow of cash.
Yeah. Also to mention that we completed the Robzo acquisition, so that took another some crores.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deepak Poddar from Spark Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity.
Mr. Poddar, if you can speak closer to the answer, please.
Now it's better?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. So I just wanted to understand couple of things. Now in the previous conference call as well, we have been speaking about like in 3 years our new gaming businesses will be larger than our current business. So currently we are in our current business we are at about 500 to 520, 30 crores kind of a revenue run rate. So at least a 550, 600 crores revenue target in 3 years from gaming. Will that be a feasible kind of one can envisage on the gaming business?
Yeah. Let me just, if you look at the market today, on the D2C side, right, on real money gaming, all our competitors, which I will not get a name, but you know them, in 3 years' time have grown to major revenues. And we're addressing the same market. We're going globally also. We're addressing the B2B market also, as you know, so we've got two fronts. Our expectations for sure is that gaming is going to go to that front. Sanjay, you want to add anything?
Yeah, while specific numbers one doesn't want to give, but our sense is clearly the gaming revenue will get larger than our current legacy business.
Larger and in 3 years' time, that's what, right?
Yes, 3 to 4 years' time, yes.
Okay. And understood that one. And in the challenge arena segment, the kind of pickup that we have seen and traction, so that's quite commendable. So maybe next 2 to 3, 4 quarters. So what sort of revenue traction we are looking at? Maybe from 1 crore right now to maybe 15, 20 crores in.
Yeah. So I think last quarter to this quarter, we just had a single operator live. We doubled the revenue with only one operator. We have got 5 other people live now, but they were towards the end of Q2. We believe that this revenue will more than double in this current quarter that we are. So and maybe go up as much as 2.5 times. Our belief is that once we have at least 15 of them live over the next 2-3 quarters, The projections, I don't want to put numbers, but I think the multiplier effect will be huge. And I leave it to you guys to, while it will not be fair to say that every operator will have similar numbers. Some places the ARPU is higher, some places the number of customers are different. But having said that, the current, I don't think we've even exhausted or we've probably got only a fraction of what our one operator was doing. I think that operator himself will give us a much larger revenue from where we are today. And the multiplier effect will be there for all to see.
Understood. Oh, yeah, quite helpful. That's it from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of VP Rajesh from Banyan Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the opportunity. My first question is, given that Facebook has become Meta now and multiverses are being talked about, I would think it will start to get into the gaming systems as well. So I'm just curious, what you guys think about this development for Onmo.
I couldn't hear your question. Can you just repeat that again?
So my question is that with Facebook becoming Meta and they are pushing on the multiverses side, I would suspect that the multiverses will start becoming the environment also for the gaming systems. So I'm just curious, what you guys think. Is that a reasonable hypothesis, or those two sort of trends will not merge, at least in the near term?
Yeah. So I'll just touch on it. See, there are several trends happening in the mobile gaming space, right? And the top 3 or 4 that we've pointed out to include social esports, the use of AI, cloud streaming, and short gaming moments. Yes, there are companies focused on the metaverse too. At this stage, our focus is very, very clear and focused on these trends, which are obviously driving our product development efforts. We look into it maybe in a few, quarters and see what our play in the metaverse may be. I don't think we are there right now, because the trends that are driving Onmo itself are very huge, right? And you can't keep chasing every trend out there. So the market that we are playing itself is growing rapidly, and I think our focus is very, very clear at this stage.
Yeah, and let me add, we're the only one in the world today doing social esport, like truly taking any game that we can put on our platform and actually compete, without any integration. So it's truly a social esport platform. Focus is key also, right? So, let's hit the mark. We're already going on to esport and to mobile phone, which is different than a lot of the esport today is done on console and, with special gamers. We're taking this to anybody, as we say, social esport, anybody on any mobile game. And we make small, very small, we compare it to TikTok, right? TikTok game competition, right? 15 second, 30 second, 1 minute, 2 minutes competition on mobile games. That's the segment we want to hit hard on Onmo, and that's what we want to deploy. And we know, I think, both the subscription model and a real money model, both combined or side by side in both cases, is truly on the global level a great market. The metaverse, just to answer your question, I invested 10 years back into mobile world and invested in there. It's another game, and I appreciate that Facebook decided to move to that side. That's their case. I don't know how much money they're going to waste before they can show any results on this, but we're not going to waste any money on virtual worlds and metaverse and virtual world gaming for now. So that's for us the focus is really social esport, and I really want us to be the leader in there.
That's very helpful. Thank you. My second question is, you had talked about the fundraising for Onmo, so if you can update with that part.
So, we are actually evaluating as to when we go to the market. We've been talking to a few strategic investors and some bankers. Clearly, the traction is there. We want to be ripe from a value perspective when to hit the market. Our sense is we will be raising the money in the next fiscal. We have had discussions with bankers, etc. our target is to raise the money next fiscal, early next fiscal.
Okay. And, from the P&L, I think that a lot of investments also go into Onmo. Would it be possible for you to at least segregate the investments that are going in Onmo versus your regular business that is supporting Challenges Arena and other regular business?
Actually, Rajesh, it's difficult to understand. Your voice is getting. What is that? Is the question I'm not able to understand? Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, Sanjay. I repeat. What I'm saying is that given the expenses that are up, is it possible for you to share the investments that are going in Onmo from the P&L side, so that one has a better understanding of your sort of mainstream business and the investment that is going in Onmo?
So as far as Onmo is concerned, as of now, there's nothing hitting the P&L per se, except that the overall cost of our leaders. I mean, because those costs are into everything else that we do, people like us and the others. Other than that, most of the direct costs are still getting capitalized because of the R&D, the product is not yet, the B2C product is not yet launched in that sense, commercially launched. So unless we commercially launch that will get capitalized, and that's still as part of our investment that we just talked, Radhika also mentioned. So from a P&L hit perspective, those things have not yet come about. As far as the challenges and other things are concerned, those are hitting the P&L. But there we are commercially launched, there we are growing rapidly.
All right. That's all I have for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we take the next question, a reminder to the participants. If you wish to ask a question, please press star and 1 on your touchtone mobile. The next question is from the line of Prakash Ramaseshan from Pragya Consulting. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my question. The first part is a small suggestion for us to better understand what's happening in the gaming business and the investment vis-a-vis the returns. And the second part is a question. The suggestion is if you could give us, perhaps going forward by quarter, the investments being made in Onmo, either on the capital side or the revenue side, and some kind of a reconciliation of the cash balances, because that's a question coming up from many investors. Just for information, maybe it can be one slide in the presentation which can help us better understand the mathematics of the business. The question I have is, as has happened in Chingari, where they have issued cryptocurrencies to incentivize people to come onto their website and play, are there any such thoughts on Onmo and your gaming platforms? That's the question.
Yeah. So I think good suggestion as far as the numbers part is concerned. We will make sure next quarter onwards. In fact, I'd already mentioned that we'll give you more details. We do want to share. We want to be completely transparent. We will share from an investment perspective also, and P&L perspective also, all the data about these new products clearly. As far as cryptocurrency is concerned, yes, Chingari has launched it. Hopefully, when somebody gets into cryptocurrency, the value goes up huge. One, that's going to benefit us in a big way, I hope. As far as we are concerned, doing crypto, I would not want to comment it yet, but yes, all options are open for us, and we could, you could hear some good news from us as of now. We don't know yet, nothing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking my comments on board, and thank you for your response. Congratulations on the great set of numbers and the growth, and I wish you great quarters ahead, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. The next question is from the line of Siddhartha, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
My question is on the Challenges Arena. Why did we pull back our app from Play Store? And is there any plan to integrate with Chingari app?
Yeah.
Krish, you want to answer?
Yeah. I think the Play Store challenges arena that you might have seen, that was more, the B2C, and we didn't want to confuse that with challenges arena, which is our, B2B, which is essentially our product strategy. So the few thousand users that you may have seen on the Play Store, we just removed it because that's not really, our B2C play. That's where it is. We don't, at this point in stage, have a challenges arena B2C strategy or plan. If we do, we'll come back to you on that. But right now, it's as Sanjay, talked about. It's a B2B play for us with the telcos and other OTT platforms.
Okay.
So you have any further questions?
No, that's all.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Sunita, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Actually, which kind of expenditure was incurred in research and development? Can you kindly throw some light on that?
Radhika, you want to take that?
Which activities the research was done?
So I think, the entire development of Onmo product is research and development from our perspective. That's what we're calling research and development. Like the FC mentioned, it has taken us 2 years to develop. We've acquired 2 companies, while that obviously is shown separately, but clearly the development of the product that we've launched from a B2B perspective and recently on a D2C mode, that's all research and development. That's really the development of our new product. That's what the research and development is. Radhika, if you want to add anything, please go ahead.
So these are basically the acquisitions of Robzo and also the additional expenditure which we incur on a monthly basis on the development of the product, which is essentially the people working on the product, and the other expenses like there are certain contracts related to the development and research. These are the expenses which are getting capitalized and pertaining to the research and development of the gaming product.
Okay, thank you.
And just to clarify, Onmo right now, we launched November 3rd. It's in beta mode, right? I mean, it's you can use it today. You can use cash. It works as a commercial launch. Before we put the full gas on marketing, it's in beta till the end of December. So the capitalization on this front will stop probably January 1st, and from on, it's going to be as a P&L hit. So just so you can plan accordingly.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Manan Thakkar from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah. My question is on the customer acquisition cost and the B2C strategy. Is that a dampener that because we need to burn some money that we are not pursuing B2C right now?
Krish?
Is this specific to B2C customer acquisition that you're asking?
Yes, for a gaming business, say, to get into an app store on iOS and do that, would that need a lot of cash burn, so we are not pursuing it right now?
No, let me clarify 2 things. One is, Onmo is not on the Play Store or the App Store. It's, it's on the web browser at play.onmo.com. It's a progressive web app. But that said, yes, that also needs a little marketing. But typically the first, couple of months of any, product launch, you kind of optimize, the product and the engagement. And as FC mentioned, we're giving, November and December time, and then starting Jan, we'll start the marketing push for Onmo.
So we would get eventually on the App Store. Do we intend to do that by which quarter we intend to do that to get on the App Store?
No, the product is not on the App Store. It's on the web browser. So if you open your mobile phone and go to, let's say, your Chrome browser, you can just type in play.onmo.com and you'll find our product there. It's directly cloud streamed onto your browser. So it's not on the Play Store, it's not on the App Store.
All right. So we won't get there eventually, is it?
No, I mean, and we don't need to pay the big money to kind of, come onto the top of the App Store either. So there are lots of products now, especially in gaming, which find alternate distribution channels outside of the Play Store and the App Store, and that's where we are.
All right. Thank you.
Let me just add here, just for all investors to understand the business decision that we took on this front. Since it's cloud-based, we don't need to download an app. It's a big advantage. You'll see in the investor deck we have shown our first, publicities, advertising that you can see on Facebook, that you can see on the web. It's a one-click play. You see the ad, you click, you can play right away, subscribe, and you're there. Other, apps, you do a one-click app store, you're in the app store, you click, you download the app, you wait for the download of the app, you trigger the app, you go log in the app. I mean, you get the process. I mean, this process is like a 10-click versus a 1-2-click play, right? Same thing when I say social gaming. I have a friend that can do one SMS. I send a challenge, and 1 click he can play, and we can battle. No other platform can do a one-click play because they've not been built that way. We've built our system this way. So huge advantage to have these services directly in the cloud, directly on the web, without having to do any downloads. Now, marketing-wise, doesn't change the fact that we still need to invest in marketing. And I just want to say that on the Indian market side, we're really lucky to have done this investment with Shingari because we'll benefit from all their momentum here in India as soon as we integrate. So, I'm repeating myself, but the priority right now on the team is to integrate the service within Shingari so that by Q4 or early next year, we'll be ready to push with a lower marketing spend that would normally be required to really hit the market here.
Right. See, but the only point was getting into the App Store and having the app downloaded, the one-time effort. Will it not lead to more engagement from the users? Because the app ecosystem is fairly penetrated in the 4G, 5G user base for the B2C strategy.
Yeah, so to answer your question, on Google Android, we can do it. Actually, we have internal developments looking at it so that we can address this side too. On the iOS side, there's restrictions from Apple to be able to have what the kind of service we have with multiple games within one service. Now, with all what Epic Games is doing and changing the law, the rules to be able to have multiple billing system within an app. Also, there might be other ways we could use iOS also to. The key here is to be able to monetize, right? So if we can get other users through app stores and they do one-click billing, also without having to enter a credit card. We do it one-click billing with operators, as you know, but in other markets like the U.S. market, European market, it's very strong on the app side billing. So that's the advantage of doing this. So it's going to come along, but for now, really our focus is the web.
All right. Thank you.
Also, with some of the other bigger competitors in the esports space, whether it's MPL or, Winzo, they're not on the App Store. They've got a APK, but it's side-loaded on their own website. And one has to also follow, certain App Store and Play Store policies in different geographies.
All right. And lastly, on a Tones business, any further updates that you want to share except for what we have shared on the deck?
Well, the Tones business is stable. Nancy's on the call here.
Nancy, you want to talk about the Tones part, the stability and the future a little bit?
Yeah, the Tones business is stable. We are adding new customers to the Tones business. Their revenues will start getting reflected in the next fiscal. This fiscal, we are deploying the platforms inside the telecom operators premise. And that's how we are looking at the Tones business right now.
Right. So which regions are these new operators?
So we have signed a few customers in the H1, primarily in Southeast Asia and Africa.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ramkrishna V from Equity Intelligence. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking my questions. My question is on the front-end payment what we made to one of the operators for around $4 million. So could you elaborate on that? And when is the payback period? What is the payback period for this?
Radhika, you want to talk about it? Let me start and maybe Radhika can add. This is something that we've been doing this since 2017. The payback is in the next couple of years. But Radhika, why don't you give them more details?
Yeah. So this is the upfront fee what we pay to one of our operators in Europe, and this has been there. This is not a new payment which we have made. This has been there since 2017, and this tranche of payment has we paid this particular tranche in the month of July. So this is basically the expenses, marketing and the acquisition expenses which we share with the operator. It is just a prepayment, and it's not an expense on the P&L. It will get charged off on a monthly basis. It will get charged off over a period of the contract. And this started in 2017. So this is not a new payment which we have done now.
But the payback?
Payback is coming in the coming quarters. So it will come in the coming years and coming quarters.
Yeah, 2 years plus. Payback is 2 years plus. For the next 2 years plus.
Mr. Krishna, you have any more questions?
No, thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bikul Arora, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, everyone. So my question is on the acquisition that we Onmobile recently done with the Robzo. So are those the management of Robzo are continuing with Onmobile, or if yes, then the synergies are still there, or did we see any changes?
Going to speak about this? Krish?
Yeah. Can you just repeat the question? I heard about Robzo acquisition and the employees.
The question was, is the management staying with us? So let me just jump on it. So yeah, we have a very good team. I mean, Robzo is based in Montreal, and I'm based in Montreal too, just so. We have excellent team, very experienced. The Robzo team in the past have managed key games like World Star of Poker, Tetris. So they really know. They've developed games on skills in the US. They've developed games on multiple platforms, and they are the one. Just to remind everybody that they're the one that had developed this algorithm and AI to be able to actually run on top of games and do visual analytics of games. That's the same AI that we're using right now to be able to actually identify the game's stats, number of coins collected, number of moves, the score, reading the score, and being able to stop the challenge right on time to be able to capture and decide who wins. So they're really key to this whole social esport platform. And yes, to answer your question, we acquired 100% of Robzo for exactly that reason, is that we wanted them to focus solely on Unmo and not try to do two businesses in the same time. As we know, doing two businesses is very tough. We need to focus, and we needed this team to focus. So now they're 100% focused in Unmo, and we completed the acquisition to that front.
Yeah. Just to add to this, the way we are paying for it incentivizes them to stay on with us for the next 3 years.
Okay. So this is basically same implemented for the Appline as well, that we acquired few years back.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's very similar exactly. In Appline, Appline is focused on the cloud streaming and edge computing. Everything we do is very, cutting edge on the edge computing. Sorry for the word game here, but the team in Appline is really focused on edge computing, on streaming the moments and doing the snapshots on the moments. And that's something unique also. We have a patent on this, on how to do snapshots, but we're the only one in the world today doing snapshots on game. On cloud business. All other cloud providers don't have the snapshot capability. So Appline is focused on this, and the Robzo team is focused on reading the screen live, analyzing the gameplay, doing the CMS to be able to create the challenges, make the matrix on the challenge based on what score, coins, number of moves, time base, and stopping the screen as soon as these conditions are met, but only on the AI visual analytics front. So So yeah, it seems, again, I'm back on what I was saying. It's very cutting edge, but they're very complex to be able to do. So that's why it's been a big 2 years. Really happy that the team all come together, right? They're working hand in hand. Montreal, Sweden, and India, everybody's working in hand to deliver this platform, and it all come together, and now it's working perfectly. So yeah, but yeah, Robzo and Applan are very similar type of acquisitions here to be able to deliver this Onmo service.
Right. Okay. So my second question is on Onmo games. So as a user perspective, when we play the games, some of the things we are lagging in the different devices as well. So do you want to talk about a little bit on the gaming platform? There is any enhancements or user experience wise we are doing something?
Great.
Yeah, sure. As you can see, the platform has about 60 games. The games are all very different by different genre. So we've done a lot of optimization over the last 3 or 4 months on the user experience, on some of the lag that you may experience. We are also evaluating the network quality and will give games based on playability, right? So those are all focus areas for us from a product roadmap standpoint, and it's just going to get better and better. You're going to have a much better first-time experience, first deposit experience. And, today, sitting in Bangalore or Mumbai, which is, reasonably close to our servers, we don't see that much lag in many of these games as we used to see about, a year ago. So that's also a testimony to the, streaming technology, acquisition of Appland and how that's integrated within our platform. Let's see, you have anything to add?
No, just, and just to share a personal experience, I'm here in Dubai, right, and the server's in Mumbai, and I'm playing, and it's working exactly like Montreal, except, when there's a peak on the Wi-Fi and everybody's, at 2 p.m. on the Wi-Fi, but that's something we can't control. The only thing we can do is, really go into edge computing. And just for investors to understand this, and that's why it's so important to sign 5G operators, is when we deploy our own servers into the operator's premise, we control from the handset to the server, there's nothing in between. So we control latency and we ensure that we have a full quality of service. Right now we're running on Amazon and we don't control the internet, obviously. So it's very, very important in our strategy. And if we just talk about India, to really deploy servers within operators across India, in every geographies we go, we have to be able right on the edge, right? So to do that, we need to deploy our own servers. So that's going to be a big push in the coming quarter.
Okay, got it. So just one clarity, if we're talking about Onmo games, then it is just a platform that we recently built out in a few months back. Right.
Yeah, I mean, we launched the non-cash version with virtual currency, towards the end of May, and it's the same product. It's just that the November version has, cash and monetization on it. So it's the same product, yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deepak Poddar from Spark Capital. Please go ahead. Mr. Poddar, your line is in talk mode. Kindly go ahead with your question, please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. So I just wanted to understand this Onmo D2C, the beta launch was done on 3rd November, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So from the Onmo platform, so what is the timeline that you are seeing a meaningful kind of a revenue start accruing from this platform? What's the timeline from the launch that we have done in November?
The next few weeks till end of December, we are just, as we said, optimizing the platform. The marketing push will start in Q4, both our own digital marketing and also, integration with Chingavi. And, post that, we should start seeing, some revenue traction.
Revenue traction maybe from what, Jan 22?
Let's look at first quarter next fiscal. That will be meaningful.
First quarter next fiscal, that is 1Q of FY23, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Understood. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of VP Rajesh from Banyan Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Just a quick question, Sanjay, on how much have you spent on acquiring Robzo and how many employees are there?
Robzo, the value is not been given, but it's a very small value. Nothing. You probably know the Appland numbers. Appland was bigger in that sense. Robzo is a small investment. I don't think we'd like to give those numbers, but yeah, it's a not a very large number in terms of dollars.
And more than 50% of the balance is paid in earn-out, over the next 3 years. So they're really engaged on this one to make sure that the value of Onmobile goes hand in hand with their benefits here. So, yeah. So we have a team of about, right now, the Robzo team we started with about 10 person. Now in Montreal, they're about 25 person working on Onmobile.
Right. So, for their, operational expenses, I'm assuming that is being funded from our balance sheet, and that is being capitalized as R&D. Is that the right way to think about it?
Correct. You're right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. As there are no further questions, I now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Excellent. Thank you so much all for joining. Again, I'm just going to say how solid we are on all the product fronts, and it was really for us a very productive quarter. I'm already in Q3 and Q4, not that much in Q2 here that we have, but I'm quite positive. Next call that we'll do together is in February. We'll have already very good insights on Unmo. We'll have further developments on the growth of Challenge Arena with the metrics that I can't wait to share with you, and more operators to launch with Onmo B2B also. So I thank you very much, and I look forward to speaking to you in February. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Onmobile Global Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect.